What's poppin', everyone? Welcome to the official start of week 1 of the SPL, the Shuckle Premier League. Excited to bring to you all more Draft League content, and if you missed the draft breakdown video showcasing my full team for this season, definitely check it out so you'll know what all the mons on my team are and the context of why I picked each Pokemon. Gonna be taking on my boy Kyle for week 1. Legend has it that he's never lost a game, so not sure what's gonna happen here. He does have an extremely scary team with Alolan Ninetales for Aurora Veil and a bunch of other mons like Mew, Rillaboom, Hisuian Zoroark. He even got Roaring Moon as a last pick because he had so many points left over and nobody else could afford that kind of mon at such a high price value where, I mean, nobody picked Roaring Moon to begin with, which is pretty interesting how he got it at the very end. And yeah, behind Veil, those are pretty scary. Though I think the scariest thing on his team is probably that Beartic. Why? Because it's one of his 3 Terra captains. Terra Beartic in the snow is incredibly powerful, especially when it can Terra Ice, Electric, or Ground. It can change up its typing. As an Ice Pokemon, it does get the Snow boost in its defense, Snow buff, I should say. So very, very strong potential Terra Captain with Slush Rush to get that speed boost under the weather conditions. Mew is a super versatile mon, right? Because that Pokemon can be physically offensive, it could be specially offensive, it could be like a whole bunch of stuff. The good thing is that it can't really reliably recover because it doesn't have Roost or Recover or anything like that, right? However, behind Veil, it just becomes really bulky, so it could be annoying. So we have to watch out for that possibility. Hisuian Zoroark, I think, is one mon that I am hoping doesn't make an appearance because, I mean, like it's no Mew, or I guess it's no Beartic, I should say, but the illusion ability creates so much uncertainty, which is a little scary because during testing and stuff like that, I would run into so many mons disguised as other mons, and like, yeah, it was super annoying. He's got great defensive options aside from all the offensive stuff that I named. He's got Belly Bolt. Terra Belly Bolt is pretty good defensively. Gligar, Colossal is there too, I guess, is relatively defensive. And Paldean Tauros could be defensive too with Intimidate and stuff like that. Even Mew, I guess. Everything's kind of defensive when you set up Veiled. So yeah, I decided to start off with Thundurus. Reason I started off with Thundurus for my team is because, firstly, it's really fast. So you're naturally faster than Hisuian Zoroark, Alolan Ninetales, and below. Only mons that are outrunning you are Roaring Moon, Beartic, and anything with a Choice Scarf that could be faster. Right, so it's kind of a great lead because if he leads Alolan Ninetales, we can Flash Cannon, O-Code, gone. If he leads like Hisuian Zoroark and we know it is Zoroark, we can Thunderbolt and it's gone. We have Sludge Bomb for stuff like Rillaboom and Volt Switch for good momentum versus a lot of different things. I think this mon is really great, and it can even break through Gligar, even if it's like if Violite Spadef or something. Like it can't roost, right? Gligar can no longer roost, which means that its recovery options are very limited. Any damage we get on it probably stays, so Flash Cannon is extremely nice versus his team. And yeah, running enough speed for, like I said, the Hisuian Zoroark. Then we got Sneasler. Now, initially I was thinking about what Sneasler to run, and I was trying out like Unburdened sets and stuff like that, but I found that having the immediate speed with Choice Scarf is super useful. Like this set here in particular outruns Beartic in the snow naturally. It outruns a +1 Roaring Moon, as well as a Agility Noctowl. Really fast mon, and Poison Touch could be good to spread poisons around here and there potentially as well. So that's nice. I'm running Close Combat and Break, so I do have an option to break Veil with an attack offensively, so that's pretty nice. And U-turn for momentum. Figured a good like speed mon right off the bat is great to check a lot of things that get out of hand. Now we got the Blood Moon. Yachi Berry Blood Moon with the 3 attacks, bulky Chinese Eevee spread, and Moonlight. Even though Moonlight's kind of, you know, nerfed in the snow, you could say, because of it being weather dependent. So snow will only heal us like 25% instead of 50. Even then, just having the healing option is great, especially if, you know, snow wears off and stuff like that. Just having the option to heal is great. We only really need these 3 attacks. Earth Power, Blood Moon, and Vacuum Wave kind of hit everything really hard. And I have Yachi Berry because of Beartic, you know? We have an option to check it at least with this berry. And this is just for us to sponge attacks. Then we have Goodra. So I'm running a Acid Armor Body Press Gudra, which initially I was running a Curse set with Dragon Tail Heavy Slam, but Acid Armor actually helps because if he has Intimidate, Paldean, and Tauros, I'm not really able to set up efficiently enough with Intimidate shuffling and stuff like that on his team, where I can't really, get the attack boost I need for damage. But with Acid Armor and Body Press, I don't get affected by Intimidate really, because it's offensive on the defensive side. So he's not lowering my defense, so I can get off strong Body Press attacks. And then Chesto Rest for that nice healing. Dragon Tail I think is super useful in case of like setup Mew or any kind of mon that tries to like do a bulky setup. It's good to kind of phase things out. And I also have Clear Smog too for that same reason. Just to, if I can't do it with Gudra, I'll remove stat boosts with Weezing. Weezing is super useful for this team because it's defensively really nice against stuff like Rillaboom, Gligar, Roaring Moon, etc. We can burn stuff, we can Strange Steam stuff, Clear Smog's there as well as Defog, which, he has a lot of hazard options. Gligar gets pretty much every hazard in the book besides Sticky Webs. Colossal's there with hazards. Mew can also set up hazards. So yeah, having Defog is nice. And also just to remove Aurora Veil, right? Because Brick can do it and Defog can do it. So we have two ways of removing Aurora Veil on his team. Finally, I'm bringing the Terra Captain Espeon. This set in particular is really cool. I'm running Calm Mind, Grassy Seed, right? I'm assuming that he brings Rillaboom because of Manaphy, and I feel like he definitely would bring that mon. Grassy Seed will give us a +1 defense boost, which we already have a pretty good defense with all this investment. Calm Mind gives us a special attack, special defense boost, so then we're at like 3 boosts, boosting stored power. And we also have Terra Fairy, Draining Kiss for that nice recovery. Imprison is a really interesting option on this mon because of the fact that if he decides to bring a Mew with like stored power Calm Mind or something, and like, that stupid annoying Mew that sets up and spams stored power Body Press and stuff like that, if he tries to bring one of those kind of Mews, I have Imprison, which will be able to block him from using Calm Mind and stored power, which means we can beat it 1v1. If it's Dragon Dance or something, we have Ursaluna, we have Weezing, which can check it with Wisp, Gudra, a bunch of defensive stuff. This is specifically for the stored power set, which could be annoying and can easily get out of hand. And yeah, that's gonna be the team. So excited to play Kyle. I'm sure he's gonna bring some pretty interesting stuff that we have to go up against. I know he's a very creative builder. And yeah, I'm excited for the game. So whenever it begins, we'll queue into it. Let me know in the comments what you think about the team that I'm bringing this week, and overall how you like my draft, I guess. If you've seen my draft breakdown or analysis video, feel free to let me know. And with that being said, we will queue in to week 1, battle starting soon. And so it begins. Week 1 of the SPL is here. Excited to try out our new draft and the team that we are bringing this week. So of course I'm sure there's going to be some kind of an adjustment period getting used to the team, but I do like the draft overall. I do feel strongly about the mon that we picked. Hopefully it'll be good for us into this matchup, which is really tough in my opinion. If you saw the team builder, you know. And we just linked up with Kyle, so let's see what he's got. He's got the Hisuian Zoroark, Bellibolt, Gligar, Alolan Ninetales, Beartic, and Rillaboom. Interesting, no Roaring Moon, no Revavroom. I was tempted to bring T-Spikes, but I didn't. I feel like a lot of things he could have brought, but these are interesting. So, of course, Hisuian Zoroark, not too thrilled to see that. That mon is very unpredictable. The uncertainty, I don't really like the uncertainty with Hisuian Zoroark, so I have to pay really close attention to what's out in the field at a certain time, what he switches in on what. I do think Thundurus is my lead of choice here. Reason is because we are, first of all, faster than any potential Hisuian Zoroark disguise, other than like Choice Scarf will be faster, so naturally being faster is great. Faster than Alolan Ninetales, so we can Flash Cannon Oko before it sets up Veil. Not too great into Bellibolt, but even Gligar we can spam Flash Cannon. It's like gonna do a lot with choice specs. Potential Terra Captains in Beartic and Bellibolt, but I think Beartic's gonna be his Terra Captain. Probably Terra Electric, we'll see though. Rillaboom is there, so that's good for Espeon. Grassy Seed activation will be quite nice to get us the boost to potentially set up and sweep. No Draining Kiss resistances on Kyle's team, so that's good for us. But yeah, very curious to see what goes down in this match. He's known for bringing some heat. I went back and watched some of the old games and stuff like that, and he brings some interesting stuff for sure. So he decides to challenge me. May or may not be his first mistake. We'll find out. Leads with the Rillaboom. Okay, not a bad lead for us because we have Sludge Bomb to Oko this thing, or potentially do a lot. No Grassy Surge though, so we might be facing a Hisuian Zoroark here out on the field right now, and that's one good thing about Hisuian Zoroark is it sometimes just gives away certain things that have abilities that activate upon entrance, so pretty nice. I think we can just go for Thunderbolt here. I feel like that'll just Oko this immediately. If he goes into Gligar, we don't really lose anything. We could always pivot out into like Weezing or something on a U-turn. Not very effective. It's an Overgrow Rillaboom. Yo, okay. Overgrow Rillaboom. I did not expect that. Wait, what? Wait, what? Overgrow Rillaboom. So he is an Overgrow range, I guess. Wow. Okay, so I guess that's one way to throw me off guard with Hisuian Zoroark's illusion. Me thinking that it's actually Hisuian Zoroark when it's not. So he like reverse illusioned me right there. Good lord. Okay, well, I need to break this thing sub. I'm gonna go for the Thunderbolt here. Hopefully, I think, yeah, we should easily break the sub. That's crazy. I mean, it doesn't have any rock moves, so I don't think it's going to Oko us or anything. Drum Beating is there. Okay, so it's going to lower our speed. How much is it going to do? It's going to do more than half. That is a lot in Overgrow range. This thing is super offensive, and it is Life Orb, so that's good to know. I think we just go into Weezing here. We have Rocky Helmet if he tries to go for Drum Beating again. We are able to knock it out with the combination of Helmet plus Life Orb, but I think Helmet knocks it out anyways, so it's gonna be pretty nice. And if he predicts Goodra to try to Drain Punch or something, we'll be able to still knock it out in the process. But that's a very interesting lead. Definitely caught me off guard for sure. So we bring out Weezing here. Nice High Esteem. Boom Burst. Ooh, it's a 2-hit KO as well. Oh, shoot. Yo, he came prepared. Oh, I guess it would have knocked out. I guess Boom Burst would have knocked out Thundurus from that range, so it makes sense just to cover the Weezing switch in. I could go Goodra, which can sponge both Drum Beating and Boom Burst, but he might have Drain Punch, like I said. So the question is, I mean, this is almost dead. I guess I could trade 1 for 1. Like, I don't really mind losing Weezing too much. Like, I guess we could just stay in and clear Smog here. I have a feeling he's going to try to Drain Punch and predict Goodra, so I'm going to stay in. What is this? Yo, it's tightening his focus. He was trying to go for a Focus Punch predicting Goodra. Oh, shoot. Oh, that guy was charging up. Rillaboom was literally charging up right there. I was tempted to go Goodra. Just tempted, but I chose not to. I made the right play. I'm so glad that I stayed in. Wow, okay, so look, I know Take Heart was banned in this league on Manaphy, but good lord, they forgot to ban it on Kyle. Bro almost took my soul. Those were some insane early plays. I guess I now at least know what I'm working with here. I know what I'm working against here. Crazy plays. Nice. So that was a really good Rillaboom set to start it off with. And of course, putting on a show for you all right here. Definitely impressive to see that Rillaboom. Overgrow with Drum Beating, Boom Burst, Focus Punch, and Sub. Cool set. Not one I've seen before. So Alola Ninetales is in. I don't have the best switch in to this Mon right now. I guess Goodra could potentially, but tempted to... If he sets up Veil, I could defog right after. I don't think he knocks me out unless he's like Blizzard or something. Feel like I could just Strange Steam for a little chip. Any kind of chip is good, right? Just to like weaken it and get it in range of other attacks. So he does set up Veil here. Okay, cool. Unless he encores me into Strange Steam, I do believe we can just defog. Remove the veil is what we can do here. Nasty plot. Kinda nasty, okay. Not gonna lie, kinda nasty. So it's probably Veil, Nasty Plot, Freeze Dry, and I wanna say maybe Encore. I feel like he'd wanna bring Encore for like Manaphy and stuff, in case I had brought in that. So I always win this exchange, right? Every single time he tries to go for Veil, I can always defog because Snow is on limited turns. Assuming that this is Light Clay, I definitely want to spam defog. So my countermeasures for defog, of course, are, for Veil are defog and Brick Break. I have Brick Break on Sneasler, so that could be pretty useful later on. And of course he does show Encore, so now we know 3 of the moves here. I'm sure one of the moves has to be offensive, like Freeze Dry or something. I am locked in, so I'm gonna just spam defog here. Technically, I guess I could have switched out here, but I don't want him to get Veil up again and then have me switch out on a Veil or something. Goes into Beartic. This mon is a threat. So in mocks with Joey, he recommended me in this scenario, if Beartic is in, to go probably, like, because I'm locked in, I would go hard Blood Moon Ursaluna. Since I have the Yachi Berry, I can actually Blood Moon and get a lot of damage off. So it's Bear versus Bear. And he goes for the sub. Okay, very interesting. So behind the sub, this thing is extremely threatening. Not sure we'll survive this encounter with the Ice Bear, but we have to go for Earth Power, right? We have to go for Earth Power here. I'll live the first Ice move, but not the second, probably. Earth Power into Vacuum Wave is probably what we gotta do. Vacuum Wave will at least do a little bit more chip, and so ultimately we need to put it in range of Choice Scarf, Sneasler, which from full can't knock out the Beartic, but with the little chip, it easily can. So he's gonna Terra here. Let's find out what it is. Probably Terra Electric or something. Oh, it's Terra Ice. Oh, this is gonna be strong. This is gonna be really strong. I don't think I faced Terra Ice while testing, or prepping, I should say. I faced like Terra Electric and stuff. Icicle Spear. Oh shoot, there's gonna be multiple spears going through. Okay. Didn't do much. Okay, did a little bit more, did a little bit more. Okay, stop. Okay, so loaded dice. Okay, please. Okay, it stopped at 4. Whew, okay, that was a little scary. Just a little bit scary. Oh, wow. Okay, so fortunately, not a 5-hitter. Fortunately. Fortunately, it was 4. Yeah, I actually realized I have no switch-ins to a Terra Ice Bear, so we're gonna have to check this as best as possible. Let's Vacuum Wave here for sure, 100%. So that's good. This means that he can only sub once, and no more. Doesn't have a way to heal, and it is easily in range of my Sneasler. But this Pokemon is scary. Very, very scary, Terra Captain. Snow stopped, so this is perfect. What we can do, potentially to give ourselves some momentum, is why not go into our Big Nugget? Why not go into maybe Sneasler and U-turn out? I could do that. I could also go hard into Goodra and start setting up Iron Defenses, but I'm not sure. Sorry, Acid Armor? I think I like the Sneasler play though. Feels a little bit more offensive, aggressive. I can kind of position myself accordingly. right after. The big nugget is here. Don't have fling on this set, of course. I gotta save the big nuggets to be rich. For now, then I'll make it rain later. Right, so he switches out, perfect. So I get the U-turn, momentum, initiative. Goes into Gligar, okay. Not bad. I think this gives us a setup with Espeon. What item is that? Red card, oh, okay, well that's not ideal. Now I can't even position myself. What do I get sent out into? Goodra, okay. Hisuian Goodra. Well, not the Mon I wanted to bring out, and now I feel like he can just U-turn out, so it's probably not ideal for me to switch out here because now he can U-turn and get his momentum or initiative for the switch, so I feel like my best play here is probably just to Acid Armor in front of this thing. Like, I could switch out... No, but then he could have, No, because I feel like U-turn would be so free right now for him. Okay, Earthquake doesn't do much. So we can Acid Armor here. The thing to note about Gligar is it has no recovery other than Rest. So without Roost, I think it's pretty good. We can just attack here. He has Taunt. So we know he has Earthquake and Taunt. So I'm thinking U-turn and something else maybe. So that's good chip. It's definitely a Violet. I think what I want to do here is probably go Thundurus on an Earthquake. So actually what I could do is I could go Thundurus on the Earthquake, Scout for the U-turn, pivot into Wheezing, give this thing Rocky Helmet chip. I think that's the play. Let's do it. I feel like it's going to be the move. Because any chip on Gligar is going to be good for the endgame. Ooh, Toxic. Okay, so now we know it's Earthquake, Taunt, Toxic. Last move is... potentially U-turn, I'm not sure, but I think Wispy is the play. Oh, it's Spikes. Okay, so we know it's full moveset now. He was able to get up Spikes versus us. But this burn is going to be so good. Making this thing way less powerful. Now it's taking chip every single turn. I feel like here he's probably going to try to taunt to prevent my defog, so I could go hard Espeon. And the reason why it's a really good play now is because now that he's burnt, Earthquakes will probably be doing little to none. Little to nothing. We are hurt by Spikes though, unfortunately, but... Yep, we do bounce back the taunt. So the only offensive move that Gligar has is in fact Earthquake, which means that this should be a pretty nice Calm Mind for us. A little disappointed the Rillaboom was not Grassy Surge because now my item is practically useless. I was really banking on the terrain to get the boost, but don't know if we really need it. It would have been nice. But now we get a little Calm Mind going here. And I'm pretty sure I can get another one, maybe, is the play. Because I feel like he's going to Veil here. I think after the second Calm Mind, we attack. Because we don't want Bear Tick coming in for free. I'm not sure if stored power at +2/+2 knocks out Bear Tick behind Veil, but we're going to find out. But yeah, this is where things get interesting. Espeon is a mon that has been putting in a lot of work for me while testing out the team. So he gets up the Aurora Veil here, goes for the added layer of protection from our attacks. However, I think it's time to store power. Really hoping it's hard bear tick so that I can at least try to get some damage, but I could also see him potentially going into, I guess maybe Belly Bolt, but Belly Bolt can't do anything to me anyways, so it's pretty good. Yeah, we're in a great position right now. SPL has 2 Combines up. And he decides to switch out here. What does he go into? Belly Bolt. Stored power. It does a decent amount. Belly Bolt's a really fat mon. And this is behind Veil, so not the worst. It is leftovers. So I could store power here. I could also Calm Mind up again. I guess, so what he could do is Volt Switch. If he Volt Switches to get himself some momentum into Bear Tick, my best play is probably to Terrastalize and go for like a Draining Kiss, I think. Just to get myself some additional health back in case he Volt Switches. Because it's gonna be slow, right? But then, according to the calc, it seems that Icicle Spear is gonna knock me out anyway, so let me just Terra and get some health back, why not? Try to keep myself as healthy as possible. Nice little Draining Kiss coming through. Doesn't do much at all, but it's alright. Back to full. Discharge. Oh, okay. We don't want to get parried on this thing, not at all. So we really do not want that paralysis on us, please. So, oh, that's annoying, and I don't think it's really worth me switching out at this point because I'm in such a good position right now. So I feel like maybe what we got to do is spam stored power. We could also comment up again, which would give us another boost for stronger stored powers, but even then we are kind of risking discharge paralysis. So I feel like maybe we just go for as much damage as possible and fingers crossed we don't get paralyzed or anything like that. It's either between Calm Mind or stored power. I am leaning towards probably, Calm Mind would be nice, but I don't want to be greedy. Stored power. Okay, so it looks potentially in range. Discharge again. No para. Okay. Not bad. Not bad at all. Hopefully we can knock it out. So close. Oh, so close. Discharge. No para. Okay. No discharge paras. Thank you. And this looks like we can just finish it off with a Draining Kiss. Aurora Veil is gone, so we've stalled out the Veil. Pretty good for us. Time to Draining Kiss. And so Belly Bolt is gone. Okay, so that's good. That's really good for Thundurus. Really good for Thundurus, actually, because Gligar is burnt and getting weakened, which means his responses to my Thundurus, which is, I mean, also weakened, is having the Mon that's faster in Bear Tick. So I think here we definitely save Espeon. Espeon is still a great Mon, even at half our health. I think it's still great to keep. I do believe we go into Wheezing. I don't think he's gonna sub here. I think he's gonna just straight up attack. So I feel like my play is to sack Weezing here and bring in Sneasler. If he subs, it could be really bad. But I don't think he will. I don't think he will. I don't think he can afford to sub right now. Because I know he has it. So he might be thinking I can't let him do that. Because if he subs, it's really, really bad. Yeah, he spears. Nice. Okay, so I stuck with my gut. I was really tempted to, like, go for a Draining Kiss to pop the sub or something, but yeah, this is great. So he will knock me out here. That's fine. And so Snow stopped. Okay, this is actually great. This means that I don't have to go Sneasler. I think I can just go into Thundurus here, seems like the play. And so Beartic does not get Ice Shard. Maybe I could go Espeon and just heal up here with Draining Kiss. I feel like that could be an option too. He only has Gligar, Beartic, Alola Ninetales, Zoroark. I think we just go into Thundurus and Flash Cannon. That kind of just hits everything, right? Gligar gets destroyed right now. Yeah, let's just Flash Cannon here. I think is the play. And while I see that going through, I'm gonna just quickly calc Draining Kiss on this thing. Actually, Beartic can live Draining Kiss, so probably would not have been good going into Espeon there. So yeah, that's good. Okay, so yeah, Draining Kiss doesn't knock it out from the range that it's at right now, but like it's enough to like break a sub. It's enough to break a sub at neutral, but not enough to take it out from the range it's at. It's like almost 50%, like 40 something. Yeah. So Alola Ninetales comes in on the Flash Cannon. This mon is going to die. Goodbye to Alola Ninetales. Beautiful. So no Veil, no more Veil. He will have the full effect of Snow turns, and if I'm not mistaken, I don't think it was Light Clay, right? I think this thing is Icy Rock or something. The snow boosting item, the snow extending the turns of that, so he will have the full turns of Beartic. If my counting calculations are correct, for all the snow turns that were there. Gligar is in, so I do believe that... No, this is not Gligar, this is Zoroark. This is Zoroark. This is Zoroark. I think it's worth Flash Cannoning. I think it's worth going for Flash Cannon here, once again. Because here's the thing. If this mon gets super weakened, we can pick it off with Sneasler. Right now, Sneasler can't really do much to Hisui and Zoroark because of it being immune to close combat, resistant to Dire Claw, and U-turn. Yeah, perfect. So now this puts it in range of Dire Claw. I don't think U-turn, but I think Dire Claw. So it was worth doing, I think, in my opinion. It was definitely worth weakening this Zoroark. Yeah, that's really good for us. So now we have 3 mons left versus his 3 mons. Espeon could be a speed tie with Zoroark if he's running max speed. I think my play is to go into Sneasler always. To double check the calc here. U-turn, I don't think is going to knock it out, so I think we always Dire Claw. I do think Dire Claw's the play. Even if he wants to go Gligar, that's fine. That thing takes Chip and Burn now. And so if he gives me this mon, that'd be great. Really hoping he does give it to me. Because Zoroark being gone would be amazing. Yes, he does. Nice. Zoroark out of the way. Beautiful. Okay, so Ninetales dead, Zoroark dead, Bellybolt dead, and Rillaboom dead. We only have a weakened Beartic and a burnt Gligar to worry about right now. Not bad at all. So he brings in Gligar. See, it's good we remembered that it was Zoroark, because I put the burn on the Gligar and it's weakened, so I remember that clearly. And so this is where the burn comes into play, because since it's burnt, Gligar is not going to be doing enough with Earthquake, which means what I can do is I can actually go into my cat's Espeon and probably just Draining Kiss. I could probably Draining Kiss and... yeah, I think that's the play. I think we go Espeon here. Trying to think about my options, but I think Espeon is 100% the play. Because we take the Earthquake, and we can just Draining Kiss our health back. It'll be forced... he'll be forced to knock out... oh, he doubles! Okay, nice, nice, nice. Very good double. Very, very good double. That was an insane double. I think I have to make a play. I might have to make an insane play here. Do I have to? I don't know. The plays that I have to make. Let's think. So, I imagine now here he's going to go for the sub. I switched out Espeon before he went for Icicle Crash. He might think I'm going to try to sack Goodra or something. So, predicting sub, I'm going to Draining Kiss. Yep, there we go. Nice. Beautiful. I called it. Called the sub. I definitely needed Espeon too for the Gligar. So, beautiful. This Beartic is stressing me out. This Beartic is so good. Nice, we got a little bit of chip health back. Now what we can do is we can sack Goodra. He can no longer sub, so we keep Espeon nice and healthy. And I think from this point on, it is checkmate, because we have our Scarf Sneasler and we have Espeon. I think the two pieces that we really need to secure the win. Goes for the spear. It's doing a lot with Terra Ice. I do believe it's loaded dice as well. Cool, we knock it out. Yeah, so like if I had gone hard Goodra or something to try to sack and he subbed, probably would have been over. Probably. So now we always go Sneasler. Hurt by the spikes, but that's fine. I don't even think I can go for U-turn because of the ice defense boost in snow, so I have to close combat. And now his snow is like pretty much going to be worn out, so he can't really switch around. So yep, close combat here. Nice and gone. Beartic's out of the way, and that leaves the win for Espeon, I think, which Gligar can't really break. We can just spam Draining Kiss at the end. Yeah, only the burnt Gligar left. I think we've done it. I think we have managed to pull it off. Yep, there's the Gligar. We don't even have to switch to preserve or anything like that. I don't even think it's worth doing, just in case of potential crits. I think we just close combat. That's some good chip. So he'll be able to knock me out here, I think. Even with a burn, it should. Yep. Or maybe it wouldn't have, I don't know. But I think it would have, -2. Snow stopped, cool. So yeah, he didn't even have enough snow turns left, even if he went Gligar and did whatever. And now we bring in the Espeon. Terra Captain Espeon here. To secure us the win. I think that's over. I think it's over. Knock it out, please. Gone. And that's that. Week 1 of the SPL. We put in the finest of work with this team. Really scary matchup for week 1 though. Like, Kyle's team was crazy. Absolutely insane. Definitely a GG's Emvee for sure though, because like, the amount of threats we had to face on this team, how we had to like outplay certain scenarios, and I mean that Rillaboom caught me off guard at the very beginning. How would I have expected Overgrow Rillaboom lead when there's Hisuian Zoroark? I was so convinced. I was like, okay, that has to be a Hisuian Zoroark, right? No, it was Overgrow Rillaboom with Sub, Drum Beating, Boom Burst, and Focus Punch, and he was charging up. He was ready to go. He was ready to predict all my switches. Wow, this was such a great game. Honestly, really great start to the season, I would say. Strong win. He brought a lot of really great sets. Our sets put in the work. And yeah, I'm excited for more content. Hope you all are as well. Definitely check out Kyle. He's a great friend of mine. And that game was stressful. That game was insane. Terra Captain Beartic is incredibly powerful. Like, that Mon had the potential to Terra into Ice, Electric, and Ground. I think maybe that was the strategy. Like, a lot of the higher tier Terramons they're pretty good, but like, there's a lot of great low tier Terra gems, like Weather Abusers and stuff like that on Sun, on Rain, Snow, you name it. Regardless though, we put in the work week 1. I'm glad we did. And yeah, we're gonna be moving on to week 2 next, so definitely, if you enjoy the content, please do subscribe. It would mean a lot on our journey to 100K. Just hit 75K recently, so on the climb. Drop a like if you enjoyed as well. Leave a comment and let me know your thoughts, or just leave a comment to support. Like to hear from you all, as I always do. And I'll see you all on the next one. Peace.